Hi, it's a pleasure to have you join us on this week's edition of the Weekend Review on AN24 TV, where we review major news highlights that trended during the week. And today we are looking at the increase in the price of petrol. We are also looking at the Nigerian-Ghana trade conflict and also the reinstatement of Professor Oluwatoyin Ogundipe as the Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos. I'll be right back after this break.
I understand and accept the hard challenge ahead. When all is said and done, let it be written that Muhammad Buhari gave this all for this nation.
The Petroleum Marketing Company has announced the increase in the depot price of premium motor spirits, popularly known as fuel, from 147 naira point 67 kobo to 155 naira point 17 kobo. And this automatically means an increase in the price of fuel for the ordinary and everyday Nigerian. The announcement was made in a memo dated November 11 and signed by Toyin Ali. Now, all of these issues would not be burdensome if it wasn't the fact that this is not the first time the Buhari-led administration would be increasing the price of petrol for Nigerians. You would recall that when Buhari was going to be elected in 2015, he said that it was going to reduce the price of petrol from 87 naira that it was sold at that time to bring it further down. It's saddening that several years down the line, not 1, 2, 3, 4 years, several years. This is in fact the second tenure as the president of Nigeria. We are looking at yet another increase in the price of petrol at a time when Nigerians are suffering from the economic realities and hardship that has come with the COVID-19 pandemic. So you'd want to consider that Buhari did not run for presidency once, twice, or even 3 times before he was finally elected as the president of Nigeria. He ran several times, and one would expect that for someone who was so insistent on ruling Nigeria as its president, he had a very good understanding and grasp of the Nigerian economy. He was willing and able to go the extra mile to ensure that hardship is minimized for the average Nigerian. And you also want to look at the fact that this is the same year, it was also in this year that the Nigerian government increased the price of value-added tax to 7.5%. And considering that with each passing day, the amount that the ordinary Nigerian or those who earn minimum wage continues to decline, the amount they survive on continues to depreciate even further. So is this even the best time to now say that you want to increase the price of petrol or the poor price of petrol, leading to an automatic increase in the amount that we buy fuel from petrol stations? In summary, I'll just say that it is heartbreaking because the Nigerians expected more from the Buhari-led administration. It doesn't mean that it's not the best decision for them to have taken. Perhaps it is, but I strongly feel that for someone that it took 6 months to name his ministers when he was first elected as president, and who eventually decided that he was going to oversee the Ministry of Petroleum Resources by himself, the Buhari-led administration could have done much better in ensuring that it minimizes the impact of the economy on how much the country sells petrol. The truth remains that with this increment, Buhari has further impoverished Nigerians, and we can only hope that it begins to get better, because this was the same administration that promised that once elected into power, by 2019, we would no longer have to import fuel, and there would also be, our refineries would also be working, will be in good shape and be working at full capacity. Well, the evidences are all around for us to see, and we know that as we speak, no refinery in Nigeria is working.
We waited for a while to see if the meetings and the letters we wrote will change anything in our life. Unfortunately, nothing have changed. Our shops are still closed. Over 250 shops are closed in Ghana as we speak now. Over 250 shops, as I repeat, are still closed as we speak now in Ghana.
At least 753 Nigerians have indicated an interest in being evacuated back to the country, and they alleged that they were being harassed and intimidated by Ghanaians and the authorities. The Nigerian Union of Traders Association in Ghana made this known in a letter to Abike Dabiri Erewa, the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission. And one of their allegations is the fact that the Ghanaian government or the Ghanaian authority is demanding that they pay about $1 million before they can operate retail shops in Ghana. And this is saddening because the conflict has been on for a while and the government has been doing all it can to resolve it, especially from the Nigerian hand. I remember that Femi Gbajabiamila, that is the Speaker of the House of Representatives, was in Ghana to meet with a couple of government officials, and the assurance from the President of Ghana at that time was that it would be resolved. Nigerian traders will no longer be harassed, and that they would also look into reviewing the $1 million levy that is to be paid before they can operate their shops. And the fact that traders are now coming out to say that enough is enough, we want to come back to the country, makes it very heartbreaking. Because one would expect, Nigeria likes to claim the big brother role. We like to say that we have some sort of influence in other African countries. So is it so bad that the Ghanaian authorities or Nigerian authorities cannot take decisive decision on ensuring that their citizens are not mistreated in Ghana? And this was the same way Nigerians at the time were being killed like chickens in South Africa, and nothing was done about it. And one also begins to wonder and begin to think about what this means for the Africa Free Trade Agreement, which was signed recently and which Nigeria has taken ownership of last week. Then there's also the fact that the traders also said that under the ECOWAS Free Treaty Trade Agreement, they have the right to operate businesses freely in Ghana. Yet the Ghanaian government is acting as though that agreement does not exist and has not even said anything about it. I just feel that at this point we just need to call on the Nigerian government to take issues affecting Nigerians in diaspora, be it Ghana or any other part of Africa, seriously, and take decisive action as far as international relations are concerned to ensure that Nigerians, wherever they find themselves, are treated with dignity and respect. It's no longer news that Professor Oluwatoyin Ogundipe was reinstated as the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Lagos, and his return was greeted with rejoicing, as we can see in this video, where staff and students of the university welcomed him, and even if not all of them, at least a significant number of the university community, we are very happy to see him back in office. His reinstatement was premised on the report of the Special Visitation Panel to the university instituted by the federal government of Nigeria. And I find it very significant because it was removed, without due process being followed. And when a review of the laws that established UNILAG was done, it was seen that for you to remove a vice-chancellor, you have to consult stakeholders, including the federal government and the Ministry of Education, and also, other relevant authorities. It was just removed based on allegations that he had misappropriated funds and he had stolen some money, or there were allegations of fraud. That's not to say that he did not indeed steal money, or he is not guilty of all the accusations leveled against him. But the fact remains that his removal did not follow due process. So I find it very significant that the visitation panel decided that it was going to be reinstated. It's not now clear whether or not they are going to proceed with investigations, or he has been cleared of those investigations. But events in the coming days would unfold and let us know what's next for Professor Oluwatoyin Ogundipe. Meanwhile, the chairman of the panel, that is Toko Sahad, a professor of architecture at the Zamfara State University, has said that he was forced to sign the report, and he expected that the federal government would have done further investigations and consulted other people before agreeing to reinstate Ogundipe. He has also said that he felt that Ogundipe was guilty of some of the allegations against him, and that the report was one-sided and did not leave room for Wale Babalaki, and that is the pro-chancellor who removed Ogundipe. Well, that's his own opinion and bias or sentiments, I must say, because at the end of the day, the fact remains that a majority of the panel decided that based on their findings, based on their investigations, Ogundipe should be reinstated. But on the final note, I strongly believe that he would still be investigated to ensure that all allegations of fraud against him are clear. This is important to maintain the integrity of Nigeria's university system. And with that, it's a wrap on this week's edition of the Week in Review on AM24 TV. Be sure to join us again next week and click on the subscribe button to ensure that you do not miss the latest updates on happenings in Nigeria.